Hi, and welcome to the 10 square meter workshop. Today I'm going to be doing something I've been meaning to do for a few years, largely triggered by this new work surface. The old one was getting a bit tatty. Today I'm going to look at the storage under my assembly workbench. Originally 3 IKEA cupboards, the end one was converted into a set of drawers. There's tools in the top one, bolts in the next, then screws, and finally nails. The general storage cupboard underneath. And looking at the nails, you can see the problem. They're not just nails. There's also screws in there, because there isn't enough room in the screw tray. I've long known that these drawers are actually too small. You can't get a drawer that's too wide. What I need to do is make the drawers 2 cupboards wide. This will require some drastic surgery. First job is to make the drawers. I can do that without disassembling my workshop. And the first step is to cut out all the materials on my MFT. Ready for gluing up. Put them together and the result is 3 drawers. And that's what I call a drawer. Next job was to remove the upper cross pieces that hold the cabinet together. Then cut down the centre sides and re-secure to the back. The cordless tools can drop to the bottom. It's my least used drawer. With the cross support fitted, I could start fitting the drawer slides. Careful laying out is the key to this, but I always find it worthwhile to put a single drawer in first and get that working. I usually make my drawers a couple of millimeters short. It's a lot easier to space off with washers than it is to try shaving bits off the sides of drawers. And even commercial cabinets aren't always completely square. They sometimes have a draft to the back. I think they do it to make it easier to fit on uneven walls. Anyway, that's what I've observed. Of course, one fits the drawers first, then adds the fronts. The fronts can be adjusted to get all the gaps right. With the drawers in place, I can now put the worktop back on and get some semblance of order to the workshop. All my screws and nails now fit into one drawer with room to spare, which I'm going to need. Of course, it's all fitted out in 80 by 55 matrix. That's my standard. For the drawer fronts, it's a sheet of 18mm MDF cut to size in my MFT. I have plenty of videos on this. I'm cutting the width on the waist side, so I measure the gap using my curve clip. Yep, see the video. With the 3 drawer fronts cut out, the next job was to sand them and round the front corners. The next step is a coat of grey furniture paint, applied with a 6-inch hard roller. Of course, the drawer front should really be 16mm to match the rest, not 18. This is easily remedied. On my router table, using my jig, yep, see another video, I took 2mm off each end, so it mates up to the frame correctly. With packers underneath to set the height, and the drawer above removed for access, I clamped the front to the drawer itself. Screws from the inside now hold it in place. And with the handle fitted, that's the first drawer in. Just got to repeat. The last one had to be done slightly open to allow access for the clamps. But that's okay. It's the least critical. There's nothing above it to be put out by continuing errors. I told myself I could live with the drawer fronts being a slightly different grey to the rest of the cabinet. But I couldn't. Then I told myself, I'll do it, but not today. And that didn't work either. So here we go. It was suffering from workshop rash anyway, the inevitable dints and dings. At least that's my excuse. And so here it is, with the paint almost dry. So much for the outside, but what about the inside? Well, the bottom drawer holds all my screws and nails and other fixings. I don't do an amazing amount of woodwork, so this will cover the vast majority of my needs. All in one place, easy to get to and easy to choose which one you want. The second one is nuts and bolts. And as you can see, I've used a resistor colour code. Yellow's 4, green's 5, blue's 6 and so forth, so I can instantly find the size I need. I've also included my metric taps and dies. Not all that I have, but the ones I use the most. It seems logical to put them in the same place. Both my 3D printers have been working overtime for the past few days, printing out the 80 odd new trays needed. And the top drawer, well, that's largely a work in progress. I now need to work out which is the best items to store here. Literally, what's this space? I'll do an update when I get it finished. That's all for this time. See you next time. Bye for now.